10 years ago. The idea is for people to be able to see how certain material aspects of the Yoruba are documented. Hence, we have the Yoruba galleries that way. And the all of him, for those who had made first in their various endeavors, as a way of encouraging the youth that they can do better. Like where we are now, we are trying to replicate the ancient Yoruba palaces that were said to be sprawling and with so many rooms. So that's why you can see with this flickering light, you get the effect mostly like this. So they represent the type of lamp we were using in those days, which we call fitila. So as you can see it before the modern this thing. Okay. Like here, we are trying to encourage people that instead of using wallpaper, you can use our fabrics, which we call tie and dye. Fabric. Yes, adire, which is common here in the western part of the country. So that's when you get to our markets, we call this one tie and dye adire. Okay. So because of school children, that's why we have all this. We call this one starch spray. That's block printing. That's Kampala. That's batik. That's Ankara. That's Ashoke. As you can see. So all others, they are just they are just for aesthetic purpose. Okay. That's why we have it. So we enter the gallery.
Okay. Let's go into the gallery. Sir, wait a minute. Before we start with the gallery, let me introduce you to people. I also introduce my channel. Hi there. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, can they subscribe, like the video, and you leave a sweet comment. Today, we are in IBADAN, the capital city of Oyo State, and I've been welcomed here in this beautiful place, this beautiful museum, and this is Cocoa House in Nigeria. So thank you, sir. Can you introduce yourself?
And I'm Jide Famuyiwa, the curator, ODUA Museum, and all of him.
Okay. This is ODUA Museum.
This museum was commissioned by Professor Olishinka about over 10 years ago. Specifically, that was 3rd April 2013. Okay. As you can see.
So this is the museum. This is
Yoruba Gallery. As you can see, the Yoruba Peace Treaty of 1886. Just to show that there was in those days in Yoruba land. And while we are not trying to reject so, we are saying that no matter the crisis in Yoruba land, we always have a way of saying, come let us discuss peace. So implements of war at that time. And they fought the war with charms, as you can see. This is bullet deflector. I doubt everyone can use it for the present day war. So as we can see, some of the implements you see them, they are sword, handgun, which we call musket, ding guns, as we can see the long ones and some other things. That's gunpowder. These are bullets. Okay. So all other materials you are going to see here, they are ethnographic collections. Okay. They are the things we are still using or recently discontinued. Okay. Our traditional fridge. We have to be fast because of
okay. Let's go. These are traditional fridge.
Yes, as you can see.
For cooking.
Yes, for cooking we call it akpe. That's Kolopidi bank, and that's for warming the house, for incense. Okay. You can see that's isasu for cooking, and this is traditional lamp which we call fitila. You can see. Okay. That's aspect of the traditional food preparation in Yoruba land, as you can see. I mean, for as a way of encouraging the youth that they should learn, especially the ladies, they should learn how to cook right from their parents, especially from their mothers.
Okay. So this is how Yorubas used to live.
Yes. Yes. So, and you can see the idea of using guns and calabashes before the advent of plastic. This is what we are using. So when plastic came, people discarded the idea of using guns and calabashes. So Oyo is a major center for calabash carving in Nigeria. So to the extent that if somebody wants to wed in those days, you present this to the couple. Okay. So in form of gifts in those days. So we call it God, as you can see.
Wow.
So we enter the Yoruba fabric. And see royalty, as you can see, being depicted in this form. That's royalty, how chiefs or kings, how they always they are paraphernalia, as we say. That's the crown. These are beads. That's the fly whisk for greeting. Okay. So because the king cannot be answering everybody when they are greeting him. So he waves that. So
Okay.
that's why we call it fly waves.
Okay.
The beaded walking stick, as you can see. You can see this how a Yoruba king dresses, as we see it from this. And this, what is wearing is called ashoke. Ashoke materials, you can see it from this. This is alari, this sonya, this etu, this olowu dudu. As you can see, that's sonya. We call it, and then the sewing has given us this. We call this one barrier for casual wear, kembe, danshiki, onibo. As we can see, that's Ashoki Japan, the first school uniform in those days. Because at the time when schooling started, they were wearing it to farm and also to play about. So when formal schooling started, because they were adults, they were allowed also to be wearing it. That's why we call it the first school uniform. This for the hunters period, as you can see, that is a casual distance for to wear in the and very smart on their body when they are in the forest. So all others just for the flowing gowns, that's for the king.
Okay. Let's go to the another side. Wow, we are learning today. There is another section. This is our traditional way of living as Yorubas. Memories of the past. Wow.
The largest television in the 70s. See, mommy and daddy, they don't want someone to. They just. The gramophone, which call his master's voice. That's fax machine. That's, all this, they connote meeting with the colonialists, as you can see, the white people as at the time when they came here. So the typewriter, which is being overtaken now, how time changes with a computer. That's pinhole camera. As you can see in those days, which will take you about 2 or 3 days for you to have your picture. And then the Polaroid in the 70s, late 70s and 80s. Yasika for black and white. This was a status symbol in those days. For not every household could afford it for.
This was for the rich.
Yes, for ironing.
Yeah.
So, prior to that time, they used to put warm water inside bottle or you fold your clothes and put it under the pillow or mattress. That's sewing machine in those days, popularized by a woman called in the Village Headmaster Opera series in those days. Moving from one of Sisi Clara, moving from one village to the other in Nigeria. These are symbols. Let's carry Nigerian projects. Those carvings, they are symbols. Let's carry Nigerian projects from the bust of ODUA. Those who fought the Yoruba was the hunter and the equestrian. Then the way slaves have been treated in ancient, if anybody who had committed any offense would have a smart gag like this. Then flowers, and then all other materials are Yoruba technology. As you can see, the basket. This for Enku, for carrying chickens to the market or in the house. These are traps. You can see for house. Mouse or big animals, as we can see it in this format. So they have to take it straight to the ground, and then you cover it, flatten it, and then you put some baits so that the animals will not cover it with soil. And so by the time it traps it, but there are some animals that can be carried this one about in the forest. So you just have to chain it to a tree for someone to be able to see.
Wow.
These are hooves and cutlasses, and
we are
these
learning.
are grinders. Okay, these are grinders for grinding pepper. This for cracking of nuts, pan nuts. Those are mats, and then we see the door panels, and we can see some things being designed there.
So it's beautiful.
So we call it royalty because it's only in the chief's house or king's house you see this. As you can see it from this. Okay. Also the same thing as royalty. This for cooking. For
Pounding
pounding yam, which is a very common dish that they normally take in Yoruba.
Yes. Wow, we are learning. Our history is beautiful. I can see Yorubas. They are very, very keen on their tradition.
This is called Rufun. And then the G music started from there. These are pottery drums for women do play during ceremonies in the Kiti. This is Sheka, because Sekere. And this for because at that time nothing like for passing information late in the night. The way of informing the town
Passing
crier.
information.
Yes. So these are drums. Sakara, this is Shango drum, various drums. That's Shango drum, the thunder for thunder and lightning. That's for Adbango. Common in I mean Badagry. That's the Ida Ogun, the deity of iron, as you can see, for making sacrifice to the god. So the Bata drum, as you can see it, that's the deity, and this Gongon series, and this is tambourine, which they normally it goes with this in this format. So this
This is a section of music.
Which type of state that normally play all this one?
no, we normally play it during the ceremonies or ceremonies. That's the talking drum. So we call it. This is Yailu, which is the lead drummer. So because Yoruba is a tonal language, so and they always take it in this format, like this format. You see. So the I mean you control it from the membrane. So we call it membrane phone.
Okay.
So you say what I've said.
Talking drums.
What I've said is this is Nigerian broadcasting service, as you can see it. So
Okay. Wow, that's very nice. We have learned something. So I would like to ask about this one, which is here.
okay, this
We
is
have-
Aladuko masquerade,
This is a
common in
masquerade.
Owo and Ikiti area of Yoruba land.
Okay.
It's a friendly masquerade and it goes about like this.
Okay.
It's because Yoruba believe in the cult of the ancestors, that whatever happens to someone, you can summon the spirit of the ancestors to fight for you. So this just we call it Ararun, pure from the underworld. So it goes about, it comes out around January, February, April. I mean March, April. So dancing about and paying homage to the house. Then they'll be offering the gifts.
Wow, we have learned a lot today. Thank you so much, sir. We have learned a lot today about the history of Yoruba. This is museum here in Cocoa House that you can take this place in case you come to Cocoa House. You can learn more about Yoruba culture, what they used to do before, their cooking way, the way they dress. It's all here. So you can learn a lot when you come to this place. This is ODUA
Museum and all of it.
ODUA Museum and Hall of Fame.
So
Thank you,
get the
sir,
Hall
for
of Fame.
helping me. Thank you, sir. We are learning a lot. So this is Hall of Fame. Yeah, it's a very big place. Okay. ODUA Museum and Hall of Fame. Wow, this is another
So
section.
this is all of him for those who admit first in their various endeavors. Like Obasanjo's former head of state and president, we are only using the Yorubas who are primus inter pares, first among equals. M. Kabila scored yes on the declared presidential election. Akinkunmi was the one who designed the Nigerian flag in 1959. Baba died over a year ago, was buried just about 3 months ago. Mrs. Anikabi, the first lady of the television. You know, we got television 3 years ahead of Spain and France, as at 1959. You know, so that was the first lady. You can see Mama. When Mama was still young. Mama is still alive and kicking.
Wow, that's very
You
nice.
know, Dr. Colonial, the first male voice on the television. He died about 7 years ago. He was the one who started the Splash Radio as the general manager here in IBADAN. And the first Western governor in Western Nigeria, the first person to be made governor. And in the whole of Africa was the first indigenous person to become governor. The Colossus, Chief Obafemi Awolowo, setting pace for other regions. The first premier of Western Nigeria was the one who created the idea of first in various endeavors. The last premier of Western Nigeria, Lamidi Oronifake was had most of our doors in our national museums and overseas. Chief Obafemi Ogunde, who started the Alarinjo Theatre as far back as 1945. Rashidi Yekini, the scholar of first ever Nigeria World Cup between Nigeria and Bulgaria. That was 1994. Nigeria even the first Nigerian to win Olympic medal. Baba died at the age of 84, some in February last year. That's 2024. The Sintanda Balogun, the foremost Nigerian footballer and the first person to be appointed as an African coach, as you can see. They said there was a myth surrounding that there was a time he was playing football and football entered the goalkeeper's stomach and came out from the back. And that's why they called him Thunder.
Okay.
But the only thing is that he was a lanky person and very of an average height of 7 feet, and therefore anybody tackling him would have it difficult to take the ball away from him. That's just it. But he died suddenly in 1972 at the age of 45. Mikumbi Wole Soyinka, the first Nobel was the one Nobel laureate for literature, was the one who commissioned this place in 2013. The mother of Fela Ransom, the first one to drive a car and ride the bike on Nigerian roads. Professor Ayodele Awojobi was the one who vetted this type of vehicle called autonomous, just like British trains having two faces. Unfortunately, he died very young at the age of 47.
Rich history.
Like I said, the first female lawyer, senior advocate of Nigeria. Adekunle Faji was the first military governor who was assassinated in 1966 during the revenge coup. Shakwara Williams, the first Nigerian lawyer and the first to start political party, that was about Macaulay, Nigeria, and was the first engineer, the first surveyor, and the first to own personal motor car in Nigeria. Oba Koladaisi was the first chairman of this company. That was 76-78, and Letitia Akonde, the first group managing director, 76-79. Western Nigerian television, as we got our own Western television in 1978, so also Britain got the house in 1936. But
The first story building.
yes, the first story building in Nigeria, that's 1845, built by Reverend Eric Townsend. It's now a museum. That's why you see some slave relics and then some ancient Nigerian currencies. So University of IBADAN, the premier university, as we see, this is the first teaching hospital in West Africa, not only in Nigeria. The king of Saudi Arabia was being treated here in the past with his family, So the Cocoa House where we are, that's the first skyscraper as of 1965. That's a model.
Okay. This is the Cocoa House
So
now.
you can
Thank you
see
so
the
much,
outside.
sir. Thank you so much. We are learning. Wow. Wow. It's beautiful. This is Cocoa House outside now.
So this is Ibadan.
This is the view of Ibadan from
The
Cocoa
Cocoa House
House.
contains 25-story building. That's the penthouse. As you can see, it's from the up. That's where we have our service providers and the engine room for the lift. You can see Ibadan, the brown roof city, according to JP Clark. So
They call it the brown roof.
yes.
Okay. Wow.
You're welcome.
Very nice. Thank you so much, sir. Today we have learned a lot. When you come to a place like this, when you go to any museum, you learn a lot. You come out from that place very rich, learning a lot about the history of Yoruba people. We have learned today. There are people who started so great things in Yoruba land, and we have seen them and we have learned a lot today. So this is ODUA Museum. Hall of Fame is there, so you see a lot. And it's in Cocoa House, the first skyscraper in West Africa. Not only in Nigeria, in West Africa, but that is the view of Ibadan when you are up here. Yeah, this is 23rd floor. When you are up here, you see a beautiful view of Ibadan, as they call it, the brown roof. That is how they call it. So we have learned a lot. In case you happen to come to Ibadan, you can take this place. This is the museum that is in Cocoa House, 23rd floor. You can come and check this place. You will learn a lot about Yoruba people, and Yoruba, they're in the southwestern part of Nigeria. This is Ibadan, Oyo State, the largest state in Nigeria. Yeah, thank you so much. We have learned a lot. Thank you so much, sir.
Pleasure.
Yeah, I really appreciate. Thank you so much. We have learned a lot. Let's go back inside. Wait a minute. I had to go back inside and take amazing photos. As you can see, I had to make sure that I've taken these beautiful photos. This is Hall of Fame. You know, sometimes when you go to a certain place, you need to take that beautiful photo for remembrance. You know, at least there was a time you were there, you saw this, and you carry your memory knowing that you have learned a lot from that place. In a museum, there is a lot you can learn about the history of people, the history of that country. And today I was learning the traditional things about Yoruba people in this museum. Yeah, I learned a lot. The people who have contributed a lot in Yoruba land, yeah, the people who have done so much in Yoruba land, and that is what I was learning today. And that is very, very, very nice. And I had to take these photos for remembrance, and I can see the photos were very, very nice. I loved them. So that's the reason why I had to take back these beautiful photos. This is outside Cocoa House. As you can see, it's very beautiful. The Cocoa House is still very, very nice. As you can see, very beautiful. It is well kept. It's very nice. You will never think that you can see a beautiful thing like this in Ibadan. This is Ibadan, Oyo State. Beautiful and wonderful things are happening here. So this is the reason why I want to show you this place, so that in case you happen to go to Ibadan, you can see this. Bye, and see you on the next one.